All right, everybody, we are here to do our week 13 picks. We only got five games wrong last week. So our picks have been doing pretty good. I think five is pretty good. Uh, for last week, we're gonna go from the left to the right. Doesn't matter about Thursday night or whatever. But actually, they do start with Thursday night, so that's great. Buffalo versus New England. Buffalo has Josh Allen. They have the better offense. Their defense is all right too. Patriots, I don't really like their offense, but they played a lot better last week against Minnesota. Pick Minnesota. Minnesota won that game. I'm going to go with Buffalo, even though the Patriots are at home. Buffalo's 3.5 favorites. So there you go with that. Now, Browns versus the Texans. This is Deshaun Watson's revenge game. He's going to come back. He's going to beat his team, I think. And I'm going to go with the Browns. It's weird because his victims are going to be there. So it's going to be a weird game, but I'm pretty sure he's going to do whatever it takes to win this game. 7-point favorites, and that's good. Ravens versus Broncos. Uh, Give me the Ravens. I can't pick the Broncos anymore. I've picked them, and they keep burning me. They keep losing to shitty teams. They lost to Sam Darnold. I think the Ravens are going to be pissed off, and they're going to take it out on the Broncos. And Lamar Jackson and company will take care of the Broncos. And if you look at the Ravens, they could either easily be undefeated or close to it if they didn't blow a lot of games at the end, but they did. I think still the Ravens are one of the best teams in the AFC, so I'm going to go with them. Chargers versus the Raiders. I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think they're the better team. Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Austin Eckler, and they barely beat the Cardinals, but that was such BS 2-point conversion. They got it to go. Raiders are 0.5 favorites, so that's just because they're at home, I think, and that's still nothing. 0.5, half a point. That is crazy. I've never seen that actually till today. Chargers versus Bengals. Chargers versus Bengals. Chiefs versus Bengals is what I meant to say. Chiefs versus Bengals. The Bengals are at home. I think that the Bengals will find a way to win this game, and I think they will beat the Chiefs. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Jamar Chase is back. They have Higgins, Boyd, Mixon, but I do think the Chiefs could win with just Mahomes, Kelsey. But for some reason, the Bengals do beat the Chiefs a lot. They have their number. They're at home. The Chiefs are favored by 2, but I think the Bengals will do enough to pull it out and win this game. And they needed this win more than the Chiefs, in my opinion, because they're trying to pass the Ravens. And if they lose this game, then there'll be a whole game behind the Ravens. Right now, they're tied. Jets versus Minnesota Vikings. Mike White is one of the best stories in the NFL. So happy for the guy, but I'm going to go with Minnesota Vikings to win this game. The Jets could win. Minnesota's favored by 3. The offense flowed really good with Mike White, but it was against the Bears, and the Bears suck, so it's not that impressive at the same time. But it was nice to see that, for the Jets fans at least, that they had a good offense for that game. Okay, Jacksonville versus the Lions. I'm going to go with Jacksonville, although the Lions have been playing a lot better and the Lions are at home. I think Trevor Lawrence has been playing a lot better, and if he keeps playing the way that he's playing, he will win. And Vegas agrees they have Jacksonville favored by 1, even though the Lions are at home. So I'll say that. Steelers versus the Falcons. This is a tough game because I don't like either of these teams. The Falcons are at home. I keep picking against the Steelers like last week, and that was, I think, because of. Falcons should have won last week too, but the Steelers thing, that was because the Colts are so bad at like just all levels, pretty much. Coaching, quarterback sucks, the running back is all right, receivers are okay, but they're just not that good of a team overall. So anyway, I'm gonna go with the Falcons. How much are they favored by? That's the question. They are not. Pittsburgh is favored by 1, but I think Atlanta will win. Yeah, Cordell Patterson. So this is kind of an upset. Um, I like how Drake London plays and Kyle Pitts. They need to use them more. Um, Marcus Mariota could have won that game, but he threw a pick at the end to cost them. Tennessee versus the Eagles. I'm going to go with the Eagles. They've been playing really good football. They lost that one game to Washington. They're at home. I think they're better. And I don't like them, but they're better than Tennessee. 4.5 points favorite at home. Makes sense. And I would pick the Eagles to win this. Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Miles Sanders has been great. Just a litany of players they have. The Titans really only have Derrick Henry. Treylon Burks is getting better, but it's just not enough in my opinion. Miami Dolphins versus the 49ers. I'm going to go 49ers. Actually, I'm going to go Miami. I was thinking about this game. This is very interesting because the offensive coordinator for the 49ers before is now the head coach for the Dolphins, but I think the Dolphins, 49ers favorite 4 points at home. This is going to be a very interesting game. Very good game. This should be a Sunday night game or a Monday game, but it's in the afternoon at 4 o'clock. Yeah, I'm picking an upset. I think Dolphins will win. I didn't know this was an upset. 4 points. I think Tua, Waddle, Hill, they have Wilson. They have good running backs, so I think they will be able to win this game. Cowboys versus the Colts. I'm going to go with the Cowboys. They're at home. They're 10.5 favorites. I don't know if that I agree with, but the Colts are not good, and the Cowboys are just a really good team. It's between them and the Eagles, who are the best in the NFC East, in my opinion. And, you can even make the argument that the Cowboys are better. But I think that the Eagles are slightly better right now, but I cannot wait till when those two teams play each other again. Because last time they played, they had Cooper Rush. Now, if they have Dak Prescott versus Hurts, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be good. But the Colts don't really have it. Matt Ryan's not a good quarterback. And, yeah, I think that they're going to win that game. So I think the Cowboys are going to win that game. Colts, I don't really think this would be one of the safer bets. And the Bears versus the Packers. The Packers own the Bears. And the Bears, I don't know if they have Justin Fields, and even if they do, I think that Aaron Rodgers and company will do enough to beat this team. 4.5 favorites. They own the Bears. Till the Bears beat them, I cannot pick the Bears. Washington Commanders versus the Giants. So this is an interesting. I think the Commanders have been playing great football lately, playing much better than the Giants in defense, offense. Hasn't been that great, but their defense has been holding opponents. Giants' offense is not that good, so it won't be that hard for them to do it. But I do think that these two teams will split, so I will take the Giants here because they are at home. And for some reason, Washington is favorite, 2.5 points. But I think the Giants need this win if they want to make playoffs. This is showing me that I'm all right. I was right about Daniel Jones. He has not played good the last couple of weeks, and he really needs a bounce back win. And if they don't have that and they lose this game, I don't know, because it's just the schedule gets tougher, and I don't know how many wins the Giants are going to end up getting. Rams versus the Seahawks. Normally it would be Rams, but I'm going to go Seahawks. They don't have anybody on the Rams. So give me Seattle, 7-point favorites, and they're just a better team. And then Saints versus Buccaneers. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. No, let me think about this one. I think, this one is tough because first of all, this one's the Seattle game's easy. Seattle's going to win. The Rams don't really have anything. They don't have Cooper Kupp. They don't even have Allen Robinson. They don't have a quarterback. I think the Seattle should win this game. Seattle is favored by 7 points, and even though LA is at home, so that tells you that. Now, between the Buccaneers and Saints, these two teams are very, I don't know about, I would say, the Buccaneers are so bad, but then the Saints aren't that great either. But are the Buccaneers really going to sweep the Saints? But Andy Dalton's the quarterback. Is Brady going to lose to Andy Dalton? You know what? I am going to go Buccaneers. I don't think Brady is going to lose. If this was Jameis Winston or another quarterback who was more capable, yes, I would go with the Saints. And if the Saints win, I would not be shocked. So for this year, I do have the Buccaneers, and Buccaneers need this game actually more because they need to hold off the Falcons, who, if they win, can I think either tie with them. Yeah, they'll have a tie with them. So, I think if they win and the Buccaneers lose, so I think Buccaneers need to win this game. Tom Brady's gonna come back and help them win. Although he has not played that great this year, he's played enough to help them win that division because it's such a bad division. So it went from a decent division to one of the worst. And there you go. Tell me in the comments below your picks and which ones you agree with, disagree with, and all that. Appreciate the feedback. I want to hear from you guys. So please hit the like, subscribe, and see you around the bend.